This is an iPhone 16 Pro. We're doing a back glass repair. We got to remove this broken back glass from the phone. So let's grab out the two PT screws on the bottom. Before we get into the repair too far, I want to introduce you to this video sponsor. Here we have Cell Helmet's Bar Audio, the Mini Mag, and it connects onto your MagSafe, and it's a speaker, and it is quite amazing. You can set it up in many ways. You'll want to heat it up for about 10 minutes on 184 degrees Fahrenheit. That's on a heating pad. You can also use a heating gun, and you just want to gently heat it up enough to loosen the adhesive, and then grab a metal pry tool and carefully pry off the back. It's all broken, so it's going to come apart in pieces. You want to be careful to not stab the battery with the metal pry tool. It could start a fire. Please, if you find my guide helpful, subscribe to my channel. I have a ton of other videos. With the back glass being broken, this is extremely difficult, so I work my way and keep trying again and again to break the glass off so then I can get the back glass replaced. And I'm going to use some alcohol to try to loosen the adhesive and pry off the back. Just again, you want to be careful for the battery inside the phone while you're trying to pry off the back when the glass is broken like this. It makes it much more harder to repair, and it really sucks if you have to do a repair where the back glass is already broken. You're going to have to replace the back glass no matter what. You want to lift from the side where the camera lens is, so then you don't break the flex cable that holds down the back glass and the NFC wireless charging pad. Once you have the back glass open, then you can grab out your Y000 screw and remove these 3 screws holding down the bracket that holds down the battery connection. And I use my little alcohol bottle as a stand for holding up the back glass. I don't recommend laying it completely flat. Disconnect the battery with a plastic spudger, and I use the flat end, and it's this plus and minus sign little connector right here. Next, grab out your Y000 screwdriver and move these 4 Y000 screws holding down the bracket for the back glass connection. Keep your screws organized because the size matters for where the screws go back in. Go ahead and disconnect the back glass with your flat end of your plastic spudger to remove the connection. Now you can lift off the back glass. Carefully remove the glass around the edges of the phone. Be as careful and as patient as possible. And I used a rag to lay on the table to ensure that I wasn't going to scratch up the screen while I pry off all this broken glass. And then as I pry off the broken glass, I put my hands all over this battery and got my fingerprints up inside it. So I decided I'd wipe down the battery as well because I thought it was kind of silly that my fingerprints were all inside the phone. But you could use gloves for this. I like to use my hands. I feel like it's more of a touch feeling. You go by touch when you're doing this sort of thing with iPhone repairs. It's all a touch and a feeling when you connect it. You feel when you connect the connector, and you feel when you remove the adhesive. So I remove all the adhesive from the edges. So then I can put down adhesive to hold down the back glass so it doesn't have any sort of seal issue where there could be liquid damage. You also want to make sure there isn't any broken glass that could be left in the phone afterwards. So blow it out afterwards. And you don't see that I do that when I'm on camera here. And then you can put it all back together, give it a good test. There is, you want to test wireless charging and your flashlight mainly. And then you can test everything else to make sure you didn't bump any connections. Some reason my back glass didn't need me to pair it to the phone, but when I did the iPhone 15 back glass replacement, it asked me to pair the phone to the back, and some reason it didn't show up for me. Otherwise, I would show that in this video. But you might have to pair the part to the phone, and I bought my part from mobilecentrics.com. I'm not quite sure how much it was off the top of my head right here, but I did want to point out that you can get an Apple OEM pulled version, so then it comes with the Apple logo. If it doesn't come with the Apple logo, you're going to have some cheap glass that's going to break again. And if you get the Apple OEM one, it's going to be a more durable part than the one that doesn't have the Apple logo. Just saying, for those that don't understand the part quality and how they can make parts cheaper. Perfect. So we're going to put the back glass back on and ensure that it is sealed all the way and clamp it down. I don't have the back glass press, so I use the clamps to clamp it down after I put in the P2 screws that hold down the back. We're going to test it one last time, turn it off, and take a look at what we did. We replaced the back glass of this iPhone 16 Pro. Now it looks brand new. Anyways, please subscribe to my channel and check out all my other videos. I have a ton of shorts and I post a short almost every day. It is amazing making you guys these videos. Thank you again. Worth it!
It's your tech